All right, the same last night in New York City, just around the block from us in Times Square, there was a protest. This doesn't happen too often in this city, against this Iranian deal, this agreement we have with Iran. And among those who were arrested for civil disobedience, none other than Dov Hikind. He's a big New York City councilman, or assemblyman, I should say. He joins us on the phone right now. Dov, what happened exactly?
Well, the arrest was outside of Senator Schumer's office. There was a demonstration trying to convince Senator Schumer, usually a very smart guy, reads pretty fast, makes up his mind, but it's taking him a while to come to a decision on this disastrous deal with Iran that will guarantee a nuclear bomb for them. It's just a question of when, now or later. And you know, I and a group of other people got arrested outside of his office. Again, we're trying to convince him to do the right thing. Forget about majority leader, minority leader. Do the right thing and oppose this disastrous deal, not only for our friends in the Middle East, but for America. A nuclear Iran, which will happen sooner or later, no question about that.
They say that it won't. I'm just trying to give the administration's view on this. They said that you don't know, for example, the details of this deal, and that they have provisions in there to prevent that sort of thing from happening. And now they are arguing that police provides the first mechanism that we know of to police what they're up to. And absent this, there's no way we'll know what they're up to. So your way is the way that's going to ensure your doomsday scenario, not their way.
Neil, the stories that are coming out almost daily, including the New York Times, which supports the deal, story in today's New York Times, from nuclear scientists who have been involved with the Tehran-Iran situation, saying the hole, that this thing is so full of holes like Swiss cheese, that it is just dishonest from the president, from this administration, that we will know what they're doing.
But what if it's too late, Dov? There's another thing I want to raise here, is that let's say ultimately they do hear what you're saying, and someone, even Chuck Schumer, says, you know, Dov is right. He's right. This is a stupid deal. So I'll be among those who reject it. We even get to the 67 Senate votes that are enough to override a presidential. Now, hear me out, though.
Yeah.
I've heard it expressed by lawyers who say, too late, because the UN Security Council has voted unanimously to accept this deal, which means all the countries on that, including France, Britain, you know the drill, have said, all right, then all the sanctions that we have against Iran go away, and Iran gets tens of billions of dollars anyway, no matter what we do. What do you think?
Well, the United States is still the most important country in the world. And if the Congress of the United States overrides the president, and I think we have a real shot at getting that done. It's going to be a lot of work, but it is very doable. It will be a very powerful statement and also will have major repercussions. Well, look, most of the world, Neil, they're rushing. They're on their way to Tehran. They've already been there making their deals, the Chinese, the Russians, and some of the Europeans. They want to make deals. And, you know, it's sort of like looking back at 1938 Chamberlain. It took a couple of weeks. Everybody, all the editorials praising Chamberlain. This is a great deal. This will avoid war. And we all know the results of peace in our time in 1938, that it resulted in the worst catastrophe of the world. So, look, we're in a bad situation. I mean, you have the president right now accusing all of us. If you oppose his deal, then you are like one of those people who supported the war in Iraq. You're a warmonger. I'm a warmonger. You're a warmonger. Hillary Clinton, who supported the Iraq thing, is a warmonger. I mean, this president is unbelievable in the chutzpah. You know, he talks about having an honest debate, an open debate, but if you disagree with him, you're a warmonger. It's exactly what my president said to me and to Americans, most Americans, who don't trust this deal, don't trust Iran. The $150 billion the Iranians will get. I mean, you know what bothers me more than anything else? They are laughing at us. Can you imagine Rouhani, Khomeini saying, what a bunch of stupid Americans?
Well, we'll see. And it's nowhere near done. And as you indicated, in Washington, it's nowhere near a slam dunk either. Dov Hikind, thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much, Neil.
Survived last night.